What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with our next cleanup attack video. This one was from our last war, and Tate is the first one we're going to see do it. Excellent attack by Tate. I mean, there's really nothing that you can say, oh, he just screwed up on this attack. He wrecked this base. I think it ended up being like a 95% one star, one of the worst ones, most painful attacks you can do. But it was a very good attack by Tate and gave me all the information I needed to simply adjust and get the 3-star. We'll get started on it, just scouting it out. Tate was the first attack, so he did not know where things were. But the giant bombs were spread out, no double bombs, and the Teslas were guarding those bombs. So it looks something like this. Tate starts out, he sent a hog, I believe, from right here. We'll change colors there. Sent a hog, and then as soon as that Tesla popped, he basically knows what's going on here. Single Tesla pops, you basically know what's going on with the base. At that point, he sends a giant right here with 4 or 5 hogs followed up behind it. And they just come in, take out this cannon, and then work their way and get the CC lure. So no problem there. This could have been lured a little easier. I'll show you what I did when we get to that point. But again, just trying to get in there, probably trying to trigger a bomb. It didn't happen, but he did get the CC lure. Brings them up top, which is the right place to bring them. Just wizards, witches, barbs to distract. His queen goes down, all that good stuff. They work their way right in. He drops a golem to come in here and tank for the queen and pull her out. A few wall breakers to get this wall open. Drops the king in. All that goes well. At this point, he's ready to drop his hogs, and he does a 2-finger drop. Just from right here, basically. They all come in on this cannon. Now, this is where the raid sort of is determined, in my opinion. They come in, they start taking this out, and as soon as they get to this air defense and take it out, he knows he has to drop a heal to cover that bomb. About 5, 6 of his hogs split off. They don't go to this wizard tower with the big group. They go to this expo. Now, he abandons those hogs. You have to. I mean, that happens to all of us. Your hogs split funny, and you can't go with the small group. Your heals are sort of planned. They're already earmarked for certain locations, so he's got to stick with that. His hogs work their way around the base down here, obviously dropping heals where he needs them. But these hogs peter out. They come down here, they take this expo out, and then they come to this next one. They die in this location. Hogs continue to work their way around. Obviously, he continues to drop heals where he needs them. Keeps his hogs up, and they take out all the defenses. It all goes well, but the problem was, look at what he's done here. His kill squad's coming in from this angle. His hogs come in from this angle and sort of guard, but all of this is just wrecking his kill squad. His queen comes around here. She gets taken out. So when it comes down to it, he's got nothing left. He's got the hogs. He's got 5, 6 hogs left. He drops a few wizards on the back end, start cleaning up, but just runs out of time because his hogs or his kill squad was not fully protected. They were pretty much exposed to a lot of point defense, and that is going to take them out. They can't tank for that. The golem gets taken out, then they're on their own. So we'll watch Tate do it again. It was a very good attack. Wrecked the base, just ran out of time. So we'll watch him do it. Then we'll come back to the drawing board. Okay, here we go. You see the hog go down, or excuse me, it's just a barb. It's not a hog even. Just a barb, testing to see if those Teslas were there. They were. Then the giant goes down. A few hogs to come in, take out that cannon, and they get the CC lure. The cannon goes down right there. It's such the dragon being in there, the big CC, 1 second, it's empty. Dragon a few minions, that just pops out in a moment. Drops a barb for distraction, a couple of those. Witches are going to go down. Wizards, the queen to back everything up. Normal kill squad stuff. Even with the dragon, that's the way you do it. The dragon's going to be taking those big long puffs at the skeletons. Going to be distracted. The queen and the wizards, they're going to sit back there and take that out. Now watch this cannon here. This cannon's doing a lot of work on his kill squad. I addressed that issue as well. We'll talk about that in a moment. You'll see he's losing some wizards to it, some different things, trying to create his funnel. But anyways, the CC troops are dead. The golem goes down. It's going in there tanking for the queen. The king's going on right there. The wall breakers that he dropped got taken out, but the wall does get busted open. And then right there, the king goes in, takes out the queen. Now he sends his hogs in. You see a 2-finger drop. They're all going in. The cannon just went down, so now they're going to the air defense. Right here, they split. Now you see those few hogs that went over there. Those hogs are just sort of sacrificed. A few more even went after the after the wizard tower went down. So he's got a pretty, group of 6 or so that stayed on that side. They are doing a good job taking some defenses out, but he's not healing them. He's got to have his heals for where he needs them, and they're going to go down. That X-bow out there is not going down. Lost probably 5-6 hogs to that. Keeping his hogs up, heal placement's good on the rest of it. Just keeping them up, letting them work their way through the base. Knows where the bombs are right there. The last heal placement, he's got to have it. He's got to keep those hogs up through this giant bomb that's about to go off. Boom, it goes off. Take that Tesla out, and now they're going to take out these next 2 archer towers. Once those go down, they're going to turn. They're going to face on these skeletons and the king, get them taken out. But look at this. Kill squad's down. Archer queen's down. He's just got a few wizards and what's that? 4 hogs, 5 hogs to help clean up. And again, they do a great job. And he wrecked this base. He just ran out of time, and I think it was because of the way he deployed his hogs. He lost too many in that middle group there. So I went back to the drawing board, tweaked the plan a little bit. Let's look at that, and then we'll watch my attack. All right, back at the drawing board, I did it just a little differently than Tate. A lot of similarities, but just a few things that I tweaked. The first thing I did was trying to send a giant right here. I just assumed it would come beat on this wall. Well, it decided to take the long way around that way, so I just adjusted, dropped a hog. It went right in here, and just 1 hog got the clan castle order. So that was all done. I just went up, same way Tate did it. Wizard, witches, barbs for distraction, queen, all that good stuff right there. Now, the one thing that I did up here a little differently is this. I watched that this cannon took out a lot of his kill squad. So I brought an extra giant and just dropped a giant and then immediately a wizard right on top of that. So that takes this cannon out. Another thing that does is when I get ready to drop my wall breakers, there's no chance of them targeting this compartment because there's nothing left in it. So the wall breakers are a little bit safer to come in here and take this wall out. I did drop a golem the same way. I dropped a wizard to create the funnel. Everything went in here about the same, taking all this out. Now, when it came time for hog deployment, that's where I did it a little differently. I sent an Asian wall just along this way like this, and I brought 4 heal spells. I knew exactly where I was going to drop them before the raid ever started. Obviously, I had to have a heal spell here and here for those giant bombs. Then I knew they would work their way to the core to get to these X-bows. You got to have a heal for high HP X-bows like that. It takes them a while to get that down. And then my 4th one, I knew I would have to have a heal for right there. Now, one thing you'll notice, as my hogs are working their way through, obviously they're in 2 groups. The larger group actually comes around this way. This group tends to be a little bit smaller. But as they work their way through and they get to this point right here, and I drop this last heal spell, they are just standing outside the range of it, hitting on that cannon, and that group goes down. That means that this heal was just barely long enough because this group come along from the top, triggered this bomb, and just had enough time left on the heal to get them healed back up. So just took out the defenses quicker because of the Asian wall. You'll see that not a lot of good spring trap placement in this space either. It's one of the reasons I chose the Asian wall. I don't lose many hogs to the spring traps because the defenses are right next to each other. But we'll clear all this stuff out of the way. We'll watch how I did it, and then we'll wrap this thing up. All right, here we go. You can see this silly giant just taking the long way around. So I thought, okay, got to drop a hog here. So just sort of refigured, drop the hog there. He goes all the way in, and immediately the clan castle is basically empty. Even pick up a skeleton trap there. So that was nice. Sorry about the pop-up there. Got some fights coming on tonight. The queen goes down, barbs, witches, wizards, the normal kill squad there. Then right there, you see that giant, the giant and the wizard. Now, it just barely works out for me because there's a lot of point defense there. It's tanking for the Tesla, but look how much more free time my kill squad had there to take out the dragon. Look at the wall breakers coming right there. No reason to target that other compartment. Bust that wall. The queen's already down before the king even makes his way in there. I guess my queen or maybe that skeleton targeted it, took it out immediately. So right now, I'm safe to send my hogs in. Here comes the Asian wall. Again, you'll see that now that with that 1 point defense gone up there, the Tesla and the cannon, my queen's not taking any damage. And even once the archer tower targets it, not enough time to get her down, basically. Use the ability there. You'll see the hogs working their way through the bases, the predetermined heal locations. All that went really well. And then right here, you'll see this bottom group I was talking about. Right here, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop that heal to keep them up while the top group works their way around, just out of range. I mean, look at that. They were right there. But the top group was luckily big enough to come on down and had just enough time in the heal to get healed back up after that bomb triggered. Right there, it's already fading away. No more heals. take out that last cannon, and then turn on the king, the skeletons, take them out, and you'll see I've still got my queen up, my king's still up, I've got wizards, barbs from the king's ability, still going to have a few hogs right here after this defensive king goes down, and then it's just cleanup time. They're working their way around the base. The queen obviously helping tremendously. The king being in that big compartment helped because he's actually doing some work. Then the hogs are going to take out this high HP storage and then work their way into the town hall. Well, that was it, guys. Again, you see just a deployment change basically on the hogs was the difference in running out of time and getting it done. So hope that helps y'all. Until next time, Jake from One Hive reminding you guys to suck less.